Now, your Storm Team 18 forecast. Weather from where you live.
Well, temperatures not as cool tonight. We were 41 to 47 this morning. Tonight we're going to be 53 to 57 for lows. And before that, of course, we've got the Friday night frenzy. This evening, high school football, upper 70s at kickoff. By the time the games come to an end, we'll be in the mid 60s with a hazy, mostly clear sky. That is partly cloudy tomorrow morning, giving way to mostly sunny skies for a good chunk of the afternoon and what's going to be kind of a smoky, hazy, dusty day. 83 for the high. The record's 87 set in 1930. But remember, the first of two cold fronts will be coming in from the north. So the first front dry. We'll make it to about down here by late in the day. So the north will be a little cooler in the mid 70s, but as you go southward, it'll be in the 80s. North of the front, the winds will be kind of northeast. South of it, the winds are south to southwest. Now we get into Sunday, and after the first cold front goes through Saturday night with a couple isolated storms, we see the second front come through dry. But behind that second front, the wind really cranks up, and that's when the cooler air really starts to come in. So a high of 69. But winds may gust 32 to 43 miles an hour. So the fire risk will be high as well. And with the front kind of moving southward, the cooler readings will be in the north, of course, mid to upper 60s in the north, near 70 in our central counties, but we could get as high as the mid 70s down in the south. So here is Futurecast. Here we are tonight and into tomorrow morning. Some clouds around. Front number one comes in about right here. Then tomorrow night you'll notice maybe a little storm or two tries to pop on that front. And then the second front comes through on Sunday dry. And then finally, all it's going to do is just bring clouds first of all. And then finally the cold starts to come in on Sunday night. And that's what's going to bring the frost and freezing into next week. And it will bring a few little isolated to spotty rain showers on Monday, especially close to Lake Michigan, because these will be actually a few lake effect rain showers due to the cold air moving right over that very warm lake water. And with a mix of sun and clouds, I mean, it's going to be in the 50s all day on Monday. 50s on Tuesday. We got the frost and freezing temperatures during the nighttime early to mid next week, and then we start to warm back up. Strong southerly wind later next week, and by the end of next weekend we could be 80 degrees with a howling south wind, and then this strong cold front comes through. It may not have as good a rainfall coverage as what this model is showing, but we may very well have a very broken line of some thunderstorms along the front. Again, very hit or miss. This comes through and could bring another round of frost and freezing down the road. Now, on Saturday night, again, one or two storms. It just doesn't look like much, but any storm that could randomly pop, again, this pocket here does indicate marginal risk kind of parameters. And then once we get towards next weekend, the severe weather risk goes up in the plains. But for us, it's a strong front, but it just doesn't look like we're going to have very many storms. And again, any sort of severe weather risk would be at most marginal. So all that said, there's just not much rain, period, and the fire risk will be high. So 32 on Tuesday morning, a high of only 54 on Tuesday, and then highs in the 70s back late next week. So it warms right back up after the freezing. The thing is, when you get freezing like that, it tends to cure the vegetation. It's going to cure these grasses, so they will be very flammable come next weekend with those windy conditions and highs around 80. And then after a couple spotty storms next Sunday evening, we're back to highs in the 50s.